Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something I think a lot of us are curious about. Glass skin. That really luminous, dewy, almost poreless look. And there's this one product making waves, claiming it can deliver that look in just 7 days. Sounds amazing, right? But it also makes you kind of raise an eyebrow. Can you really get that kind of glow in just a week? So today, our mission is basically to cut through the hype around the Medicube Glass Glow 7-day set. We're going to look at those, frankly, bold claims, dig into the ingredients, and figure out, what's realistic, what's the actual value here. We're leaning heavily on a great review from Savage Reviews. On YouTube, they did a fantastic job getting into the science behind it all. I'm actually pretty excited to explore this. Is it a real skincare step forward, or more like a beautiful but maybe temporary skincare dream?
It's a really common question, isn't it? And an important one when you see promises like that. My goal here is to help you, our listener, get a bit more of a critical eye for this stuff. We need to look past the shiny marketing, understand how to really evaluate the claims by looking at the ingredients, and maybe most importantly, set some realistic expectations, especially with such a short time frame like 7 days.
Yeah, and the review we used, it didn't really hold back.
Yeah.
Called the glass skin in 7 days thing peak audacity.
Huh.
But I guess from a marketing angle, that kind of bold claim is what grabs your attention, right? Even if the science needs a closer look.
Oh, absolutely. The term glass skin itself is incredibly powerful, especially in K-beauty where it really took off. It paints this picture of skin that's just so hydrated and smooth. It looks, well, like glass, almost translucent. It stands for health, youth. It's a really strong visual, so it's super effective for marketing. And then adding in 7 days, that just ramps up the appeal, suggesting a super quick fix to get this amazing look.
Right, the instant gratification factor. So, okay, if it's promising all that, what's actually in the box? The reviewer pointed out it's actually quite generous, not like little trial sizes, but 5 full-size products. And 2 freebies, I think. There's 0 foam cleanser, 0 pore pads, a 0 exosome shot serum. And exosomes sound super high-tech, but the reviews seem to focus more on the more traditional ingredients. Then you get a choice of cream collagen jelly or vitamin C capsule and an overnight wrapping mask.
That's right. Exosomes are definitely an interesting emerging area, but yeah, the review suggested the core benefits here probably come from the more established stuff. And what's really key, like the review said, is that the lineup actually makes sense from a routine perspective. That structure is important. Order matters in skincare, Cleanse first, prep the skin, then exfoliate with the pads to help everything else sink in better. Then you layer on your serum, your cream, with the actives like collagen or niacinamide, and finally that overnight mask seals it all in. It's designed to work together. That step-by-step approach really helps maximize what each product can do, much more than just one single miracle cream could, especially in a short time. It's about making sure everything gets absorbed and works well together.
Okay, so the order makes sense. They thought about how you'd actually use it. So within that lineup, what are the real star players? The review mentioned something called hydrated collagen. It sounds, I don't know, very technical. Does hydrated mean it actually does more for your skin?
That's a great question. And yeah, it gets into the science behind the marketing terms. Hydrated collagen isn't just marketing fluff. It means the collagen has gone through hydrolysis. Basically, it's broken down into smaller bits peptides. The idea, and there is some science backing this, is that these smaller pieces can penetrate the skin's outer layer more easily than big whole collagen molecules. So they might deliver those moisturizing, plumping benefits more effectively. Size really does matter when it comes to skincare ingredients getting where they need to go. It's about bioavailability.
Gotcha. Smaller pieces, better absorption. Okay. But it wasn't just the collagen, right? The review also flagged other, quote, legitimate skincare ingredients. Niacinamide, adenosine, Centella asiatica. These names pop up a lot. How do they help get that glass skin effect?
Yeah, these are really solid, well-researched ingredients. They're key for building healthy skin overall. Let's kind of break them down quickly. Niacinamide, that's vitamin B3. It's fantastic for your skin barrier, helps lock in moisture, protects your skin. It also calms inflammation, can make pores look smaller, evens out skin tone. It does a lot for that smooth, radiant look. Then adenosine, that one's often linked to anti-aging. It helps with skin cell energy, which can make skin look smoother, more elastic, maybe soften fine lines a bit. And Centella asiatica, people often call it cica. It's famous for soothing and healing, great for calming redness, irritation, and just helping the skin repair itself. It's also an antioxidant. So the reviewer was right to point out these have actual research backing their effectiveness. They add real substance to the set beyond just the collagen. They help build that healthy foundation.
Okay, so we have ingredients like niacinamide and cica working on general skin health. But what about those zero pore pads? The review mentioned active chemical exfoliants there.
Yeah.
How do those fit in with getting that super smooth glass skin texture and is using them daily for 7 days? Okay.
Right. The pads are crucial for tackling texture and clarity. They contain salicylic acid and lactic acid. Salicylic acid, that's a BHA, it's oil soluble, so it can get down into the pores and help clear out oil and dead skin cells. Really good for keeping pores clear. Lactic acid is an AHA. It works more on the surface, gently sloughing off dead skin cells, makes skin look brighter, smoother. Using chemical exfoliants consistently, like the review mentioned, is really key for improving texture and getting that smooth, reflective quality of glass skin. In a 7-day routine like this, they're designed to give you that quicker resurfacing effect. For most skin types, short-term daily use like this is generally fine, but sensitive skin might need to be cautious.
And the vitamin C option in the cream. What's its specific job here?
Vitamin C. Another well-loved ingredient. It's a strong antioxidant. In this kind of set, its main job is usually tackling things like post-acne marks, some types of hyperpigmentation, and just general unevenness in skin tone. It really helps brighten the overall complexion. Plus, over the longer term, it can support collagen production too, so it definitely contributes to that radiant, clear look.
Okay, so it feels like a solid lineup, good ingredients, scientifically backed, working together in a structured routine. But let's get back to the big claim, the 7-day transformation. Can you really get glass skin in just 1 week, or is that where the marketing stretches things a bit?
Yeah, this is where we need that reality check. Look, you will likely see some changes in 7 days. You'll probably notice your skin feels more hydrated, looks plumper, and maybe, just maybe, a little smoother in texture. But transforming deep-seated issues or fundamentally changing your skin structure? No, 7 days isn't enough for that. That hydrated collagen, even if it absorbs a bit better, isn't going to rebuild your skin's collagen matrix in a week. What it does, along with the other hydrators, is give you that temporary plumping effect. It improves the surface hydration and barrier function. That gives you an immediate but more superficial glow and softness.
Right, so it's crucial to understand the difference there. What looks like an instant glow is often just surface hydration and maybe some barrier repair, not like a deep structural change. That's actually really helpful for setting expectations with any product that promises fast results.
Exactly right. Think of it like filling a slightly deflated balloon versus changing the balloon material itself. You get an immediate visual improvement, but the underlying structure hasn't fundamentally changed yet.
That makes sense. Now, what about that overnight wrapping mask? The review called it theatrical. Given what you just said about temporary effects, is that mask mostly about that, experience? Or does it add a real unique boost for that immediate look?
Well, it's definitely effective, don't get me wrong, but revolutionary. Maybe not quite. An overnight mask like that is basically an occlusive. It creates a barrier on your skin, and that barrier is really good at stopping water from evaporating from your skin while you sleep what we call transepidermal water loss. So by locking in moisture all night, yeah, you wake up with skin that looks plumper, dewier, more hydrated. It absolutely helps with that instant glow. But the reviewer's point about stretching it is fair. Lots of products create an occlusive barrier. It's a well-known technique. So while this mask probably works well, it's not necessarily doing something brand new. Understanding that helps you, the listener, see past the marketing buzzwords for any product. Is it effective or is it truly groundbreaking? Often it's the former.
That's a really useful distinction. Effective versus revolutionary. Okay, so we have a solid routine, good ingredients, realistic expectations about the timeline. What about the cost? For our listeners, is this whole set going to cost an arm and a leg for those initial improvements?
Actually, this is where the review gave it surprisingly high marks. It seems the set costs around $50 give or take for all 5 full-size products, and the reviewer calculated that buying those same products individually from the brand would cost well over $100. So as they put it, the math actually works in your favor here. Financially speaking, it's actually pretty good value. You're getting a lot of product with decent ingredients for that price point. It makes a full routine quite accessible.
Wow. Okay. That's definitely a big plus. So combining that value with the ingredients, the overall verdict from the review was, this is surprisingly solid for what it promises. Why solid? What makes it stand out?
Well, I think it's solid because it hits that sweet spot. It doesn't overpromise miracles it can't deliver in 7 days. Instead, it gives you those legitimate researched ingredients we talked about. Niacinamide, centella, the exfoliants, and it puts them in a smart multi-step routine at a price that's frankly pretty reasonable. So it delivers noticeable foundational benefits, better hydration, smoother texture, a bit more brightness. The review pegged it as great for people new to K-beauty or need a complete routine refresh, it gives you everything you need to start effectively without breaking the bank or falling for impossible claims. It's a sensible starting point.
That makes a lot of sense. So maybe the takeaway for you listening is about where the real value lies in skincare. Is finding that reasonable value for legitimate ingredients in a thought-out routine actually a smarter way to go?
Yeah.
Smarter than, constantly chasing after the next big, hyped-up promise of instant perfection. It feels like a more grounded, maybe more effective long-term strategy for genuinely healthy skin.
I think so. It's an interesting balance, isn't it? The 7-day glass skin hook is powerful marketing, no doubt. But the product underneath seems based on pretty sound skincare thinking without pretending to be magic. So maybe the question for you to think about is this. Knowing what we've discussed today, marketing versus ingredients, short-term effects versus long-term health, how might that change how you approach your own skincare? Will you maybe focus less on those quick fix promises and more on consistency with proven ingredients? What might you look for on labels now? Or perhaps what big claims might make you pause and think twice before jumping in?
Great questions to leave us with. It really hammers home that achieving great skin is more of a marathon, not a sprint. But hey, a well-designed routine like this can definitely give you a great starting boost on that journey. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the Medicube Glass Glow Set. We hope you feel a bit more equipped now to navigate the world of skincare with both curiosity and a healthy bit of skepticism. Until next time, keep digging deeper.